Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. We are back once again checking into the LFL, checking into K-Corp to see what is going on with our boy Rekkles. Last time we left off, in the LFL season after week 2, K-Corp had just taken down BDS Academy and Gamers Origin, I believe, to get to 3-1 during the LFL regular season. They are towards the top of the standings, but not in first, I believe. After 2 weeks, LDLC was still undefeated. And then obviously Game Ward had taken down K-Corp, and I believe they only have one loss at this point too. But K-Corp's been looking good. Rekkles has been in good form. Obviously the defending EU Masters champions, still looking for an LFL regular season finish at first place, still looking for an LFL title with Rekkles on the team. Obviously they weren't able to do either of those things last split. So this week they were going to be taking on Mirage Elyandra. I am not exactly sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And then Solare. So two of the weaker teams in the LFL. On paper, this was supposed to be an easier week for K-Corp, for Rekkles. They should pop off. This should be a highlight reel weekend, or week. I guess the games are played on like Tuesday and Wednesdays, I think. But let's see what happened. We can check into the first game with Mirage Elyandra, where I want to just kind of click around for a couple moments. One thing on this team, they actually have Cody Sun, 80 carry, and this team actually did take down K-Corp during one of the games in the LFL Spring Split regular season, I do believe. But this was a very, very strange game. I just wanted to skip around to a couple moments. You'll actually see here 14 and a half minutes into the game. I think if we can watch this fight and stuff, I guess. Cabochard and 113 trying to get some stuff done in the early game. They get Ash ulted. They have the Kindred ult. Just a lot of annoying stuff that's stopping them from being able to make any plays. And 113 actually goes down to Kindred for first blood. So K-Corp's first attempt at a play was actually thwarted. Yes, Mirage throws everyone into the top lane. I mean, this is crazy to see this much action going on in the top lane. That many abilities used, that many ultimates used. But it worked out for them. But still, even after getting first blood, they'd only be up 200 gold 14 and a half minutes in. So not exactly a great start to the game for K-Corp. If we skip ahead to right around 20 minutes, we will see, K-Corp down 3-0 in kills, but only down 100 gold. They have a little bit of a CS lead in mid, a little bit of a CS deficit in the top lane. But the biggest thing here is that Rekkles is up 40 CS in the bot lane, 243 to 200 against the Seraphine. But yeah, K-Corp kind of off to a slow start. They're up 2 dragons to 1, but this was kind of a weird game for them overall. And this game would get really, really crazy. We can skip ahead to around 30 minutes into this one, where we have the fact that K-Corp is still down 6-2 in kills, but they're up 3,000 gold. Rekkles is just absolutely farming like a mantra at this point. He has 356 CS, 29 minutes into the game, which is crazy. You see Mirage Elyandra is able to pick up a Drake there. But this game would just kind of continue back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It would be so weird. K-Corp was able to really maintain a gold lead by getting a bunch of Barons. They were getting Dragons, but they were never getting kills. This is 36 minutes into the game. Rekkles has 2 kills, and K-Corp as a team has 2 kills. 113 is 0-5 at this point in the game. This is not how this was supposed to be going. But still, K-Corp able to keep a gold lead, which doesn't make sense. They're up 7 towers to 4. They have a 30 CS lead in the mid lane, and then they have, a 110 CS lead, Rekkles against the other team's support. They're like funneling into the Seraphine, with Ash just kind of supporting. I don't know why Cody Sun is the one supporting in that situation or that scenario. But that's what they chose to do. But this game was crazy because it would all come down to this moment where K-Corp has the soul. I believe it is the Mountain Soul. K-Corp is up 5,000 gold, but 46 minutes into the game, that does not matter at all. I want to skip back just a little bit to show that here, Rekkles has 521 CS at 46 minutes. This is crazy. He is 3-0. He is the most fed member of K-Corp, but again, at 46 minutes, most people are full build or pretty damn near it. And yes, K-Corp has a 5,000 gold lead, but it doesn't really matter that much. The biggest thing for them there is the Mountain Soul, giving them, some of that extra stuff. They have a Baron that's about to rub off in 24 seconds, but this game was going to come down to an Elder. It's going to come down to an Elder flip. It's going to come down to an Elder fight, and whoever gets this is going to pull it off. So we see KC has the better position for sure. They are set up in between the Elder and Mirage, but Mirage has the Seraphine. Seraphine is disgusting in late game team fights. They're disgusting in the kind of scaling and stuff like that, but K-Corp would start up the Elder. They'd start hitting it. This is definitely a good start. Things are definitely going well for K-Corp, but the Elder would reset Both teams nervous to get this thing started because, again, whoever wins this is going to win the game. Whoever loses Elder will lose. The gold lead does not matter. The Mountain Soul potentially doesn't even matter. And then you get the Ash ult. You get the very good Talia wall. Talia wall walls up everyone except for 113, and that would be the most important person because he steals the Elder Drake. If 113 would have gotten walled off, yes, he could have still ulted over or whatever, but it could have potentially been way different. K-Corp gets the Elder, and they are finally able to win this crazy game. 47 minutes in, K-Corp now finally starts getting some kills. They try to TP out there, but it is going to get canceled by Cabochard on the Gnar. Obviously, he has a ton of ways to do CC. They're kind of being annoying. They're kind of stopping it, but you can see bottom right corner, K-Corp has supers on the base. They TP in. They're able to close out the 48-ish minute victory against Mirage Yandra. Again, they were 1-3. Now they are 1-4. This game was not supposed to be this hard. It was not supposed to be this crazy. But on the bright side, they found a way to win a crazier game, especially against a lower tier opponent. And Rekkles looked so good in this one. Again, he had over 500 CS, like 550, 540 CS, something crazy like that. Yes, it did come down to an Elder flip, and yes, K-Corp probably shouldn't have even gotten the Elder because, Mirage had everyone in the pit. 113 got in there. Rekkles' misfortune ult was kind of hitting it a little bit, but man, that was scary. That was a sweater. That was a game that K-Corp probably should have lost despite having a gold lead for most of the game. The next game against Solari would not be as crazy, but K-Corp would have some similar issues. You can see here, they would give up first blood again in this game. Let's see if we can see this one. This is in the bot lane. Hantera just gets a little bit caught out, a little bit overextended, and the Tomken Senna lane gets aggressive and gets the early kill at level 1, which is actually kind of crazy. It's definitely not supposed to happen, but Rekkles with the TP on Ezreal, so they don't have the the extra combat summon stuff, but definitely not so great for Hantera there. And then we can fast forward to 15 minutes into the game. Again, K-Corp down 2-0 in kills. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they're up in gold, up in CS, but losing kills every single game. That's got to be, something not great going on. The one game, it was 113 dying a bunch. Now it's Cabo up 50 CS with a death. Obviously, he got ganked and died. It's Hantera dying in the 2v2. These are, not great things to be happening, obviously. We can fast forward to about 20 minutes into this game. We can watch this team fight real quick. This would be a big play up in the top lane. Cabochard goes crazy on the Aurelia. He's getting so much healing, so much damage out there. Everyone is TPing in. There's about to be 10 people in the top lane, it looks like, at least. There's just so much going on, but K-Corp is definitely getting the better end of this. They are also alive. Cabo does drop, obviously, in the fight, but Gnar lands a nice ult there. He's able to get cleaned up. Saken picks up the kill. It ends up being a 4-for-1 for K-Corp in the top lane. They now have a 6K gold lead at 20 minutes, and they would use that gold lead to end up closing this one out 27 minutes into the game. We can look at some of the final scores from both of these games. Again, this is the first game where Rekkles goes 4-0 with 525 CS. 113 ends up going 1-5-2 and winning. That's when you type, Jung Diff or whatever in the all chat. And then in this second game against Solare, which was much easier of a game, 6-0 for Saken on the Victor. Rekkles 5-0-2 on the Ezreal. A deathless week in the LFL for Rekkles. That is very, very good. If we take a look at the LFL standings as of right now, K-Corp is tied for third with Vitality B. Some surprising stuff for sure is Misfits at 0-5. I'm not sure if many people expected that. BDS Academy sitting at 2-3 in 6th place. That's a little bit surprising as well. And then Game Ward sitting at 5-1 in 2nd place. Sole possession of that with LDLC. K-Corp should be 5-1 now, I do believe. So they'll be tied, but Game Ward will still have the head-to-head. I'm not sure if Vitality B won or lost their second game of the week. And then LDLC sitting atop the standings at 5-0. K-Corp's games coming up this next week. They play tomorrow against Misfits Academy and then Vitality B. Like we said, Misfits Academy, not the strongest team in the world this LFL split so far. Maybe they can turn things around, but K-Corp against Vitality B will definitely be a banger game, a banger matchup, and that will put K-Corp and Rekkles to the test. And then you can see the next week after that, they have LDLC. Next week after that, Game Ward. So a lot of big games coming up for Rekkles and the boys, but at the end of the day, it's still the regular season. Doesn't matter that much. It's just gearing you up for playoffs, gearing you up for EU Masters, all this stuff. But definitely some good, exciting news for Rekkles that they were able to pull off a 2-0 week. Wasn't the cleanest in the world, wasn't the best competition in the world, but Rekkles is still looking very, very good. I think he's clearly looking like the best player on K-Corp and probably one of the best players in all of the ERLs right now. And I'm really hoping we get to see him in the LEC next year. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Somebody drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about Rekkles, what you think about K-Corp, any of their games this week coming up, the LFL. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hope to catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.